Yo, what's up, Aries? Welcome to your monthly forecast for the month of January 2019. Aries, you have the Seven of Wands right at the center of your reading. So some of you guys have competition in your love life, whether single or coupled up. It's like, for those of you who are single, there might be several people who are competing for you potentially. Or if that's not the case, then potentially some of you Aries like somebody, but potentially you're not the only person that likes this person. So you do have some competition with the Seven of Wands right at the center of your reading. Now, for those of you who are coupled up, potentially somebody likes who you're with potentially. So maybe somebody likes your significant other, or maybe your significant other, I'm not saying this applies to all of you guys, but some of you guys might have a significant other who has options. So, potentially some of you guys are already with somebody, but you're sort of like still competing with people who are interested in your significant other, and that's not going to apply to all you guys. So for some of you guys, this is going to be resonating with you. For others of you, if your relationship is solid, then obviously this message doesn't apply to you. But in another case, maybe you're the one that has options. So, it's like some of you guys might be in relationships and, potentially you have options, and it's not that, you're actually going to go breaking up with your significant other, but maybe the thought has crossed your mind about, maybe here and there you might have thought about getting involved with other people. And once again, that's not going to apply to all Aries. For some of you, definitely yes. For others of you, like I said, if your relationship is pretty solid, then obviously that message doesn't apply to you. But there's definitely kind of like a three-way type of situation going on for some of you guys, because you do have the Three of Pentacles as your challenge card. So that would suggest, for some of you guys, there's a third party involved. And right below that, you have the Two of Cups in reverse. So, obviously, if the Two of Cups would have jumped out of the deck in the upright, that would suggest, everything's balanced and harmonized in your relationship. But with Two of Cups in the reverse at the bottom of your reading, some of you guys are having some issues with relationship. Potentially it's like an imbalance. It's like maybe, some of you guys like who you're with more than they like you. Or, if you're single, potentially some of you guys like somebody, but, maybe they're not feeling you as much. Or, for others of you, this is more about, somebody possibly likes you, but maybe you're not feeling them that much. Now, the options I'm seeing here are, well, you have the Queen of Cups at the top of your reading. You have the King of Wands right there. So, right off the bat, I'm seeing a good option for you guys, especially with the Queen of Cups being at the top of your reading. If you're not familiar with tarot reading, then you probably don't know that it's not about the gender on the card. A Queen of Cups could be a man or a woman, but it's definitely somebody who's a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. So especially with Queen of Cups at the top of the reading, that definitely says, the top of the reading is the card of your destiny, the card of your fate. And I'm not saying that it's all Aries fate to be with, somebody who's a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. But for some of you, it definitely is, because you do have the Queen of Cups at the top of your reading. Now, if that's not the case, then Queen of Cups at the top of your reading suggests that, some of you guys could do well in the month of January 2019 by remaining calm. And I know that's always not your strongest characteristic, but you can really do well, Aries, by remaining calm in the month of January 2019. Others of you could do well by having compassion. Now, you do have the King of Wands here as another one of your options too. So, for others of you, I think that, King of Wands, once again, like I said, if you're not familiar with tarot reading, you don't know that a King of Wands could be a man or a woman, but it's definitely somebody who is a Sagittarius, a Leo, or another Aries potentially. So, like I said, out of options, the options that I'm seeing for you here, Aries, are the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or another Aries, potentially a Sagittarius or Leo, or it could be any other sign. But like I said, these are the signs that are resonating through this reading. Now, you also have the Temperance card in the reverse as part of your central energy. And the Temperance card in the reverse suggests that I feel this applies to your love life. I feel that some of you guys might be with somebody who makes you feel, maybe they do things that make you feel a little bit impatient, or potentially if you like somebody, maybe you're getting impatient with them because they're not really meeting you halfway. So it's going to resonate differently for each of you. More specifically, and very specifically for some of you Aries, the Temperance card in the reverse could be suggestive of a Sagittarian somewhere in your life. So, think of an important Sagittarius in your life, Aries, and it could be any aspect of your life. For some of you, this is someone who you're attracted to. For others of you, potentially, this is someone who you know from work, or for a select few of you, this person might be in your family or your home life. But the fact that the card is in the reverse suggests that some of you guys might have a bit of an issue with this person in the month of January 2019. If that's not the case, if you can't think of any important Sagittarian in any aspect of your life who's sort of a challenge for you, then this is the opposite of everything in moderation. So if the Temperance card would have jumped out of the deck in the upright, I'd say everything in moderation. It's totally cool, Aries, but it looks like some of you guys might be overindulging a little bit in the month of January 2019 with the Temperance card in the reverse, Aries. So just think about it for a second, Aries. Where in your life is there something that you do like too much, like way too excessively? So you just got to keep that under control, whatever it is. I'm not sure what it is, but for each of you it's going to be different. And you also, like I said, with the Three of Pentacles crossing your reading, there is three-way love situations going on for some of you guys, and I think that's totally congruent with the full moon total lunar eclipse that's going to happen on January 21st, Aries, and that has to do with your love life for a lot of you guys. So this could really bring, it's a full moon total lunar eclipse, so this isn't really just any normal full moon, Aries. This is like, when there's an eclipse, it's sort of like a turning point, or it sort of shapes your destiny or your fate when it comes to a certain aspect of your life. And with this eclipse on the January 21st that's going to happen following this event, and the eclipse energy resonates for so long. It could be up to like a year that this energy will continue to resonate following the eclipse on January 21st. It has to do with your love life. So there might be some kind of shift coming in your love life. I'm not going to say that it's going to happen definitely for all of you, but for some of you, definitely it might. So it all depends on, where the position of the sun in the sky was when you're born. The closer the eclipse happens to that part of the sky, the more powerful it's going to be in your life. Okay, so that's why, not all of you guys are going to totally feel this shift happening in your love life, but some of you might. And, depending on how your relationship, depending on how your love life is going, will determine potentially what kind of shift it could be. Now, if this doesn't have to do with your love life, then potentially this could be about creativity, so some sort of creative development, or if you're an artist of some sort, you might get a burst of creative inspiration, potentially, some of you guys. And for the very select few of you who have children, this might have to do with the development regarding your children, potentially. And I think you're set to have, for those of you Aries who do have children, I think you're set to have a positive month regarding children. This is very specific, but I do see the Sun card here, and if you can see that the children are pretty happy on this card right there. So if you do have children, then potentially with the Sun card in the upright, that's a great energy, a very positive energy. And I feel that if you do have children, then your children are going to be a source of positivity in your life throughout the month of January 2019. But there are going to be some bright moments in your life, Aries, in the month of January 2019, because it's great. You have that Sun card in the upright. Now you have several cards here, Aries, that would suggest spirituality, and this is totally consistent with the position of where Jupiter just moved to recently in the sky. So you have the High Priestess, you have the Hierophant, and you also have the Hermit card, and these are all cards that have to do with spiritual evolution. And Jupiter's in an area that's all about spiritual expansion for you, and it's going to be there until late. It's going to be there until late December 2019. So you got quite a ways to go with Jupiter in this area. And I think this is a great energy for you, because this is really going to expand your perspective when it comes to how you perceive a higher power, Aries. And this is going to be different for each of you. It's like, for some of you, this is more about organized religion. So potentially being more involved in organized religion. Now, for others of you, this is going to be more about an alternative type of spirituality, like tarot reading, for example, or maybe others of you are into astrology or numerology potentially, but you can expect to be a lot more spiritually involved for the next, I'd say, 10 months while Jupiter is transiting this particular part of the sky. And there might be somebody in your life who is very spiritually influential to you. So stop and think for a second, Aries, like who in your life is like really like a spiritualist and might be influencing you in some way. Now, I'm the only tarot reader that uses life path numbers in my tarot readings. I don't ever see any other tarot readers do this. I've watched tons of tarot videos. I've watched other tarot readers, and I've never seen any tarot readers do this before, but I discovered the use of life path numbers within tarot reading. And I'm seeing a few different life path numbers here, so these might be important people in your life, but the Hierophant is suggestive of someone who is life path number 5. The Hermit card is suggestive of someone who is a life path number 9. And the High Priestess would suggest someone who is the life path number 2. Now, if you want to know who these life path number 2, 5, or 9 in your life might be important people in your life, all you have to do is click on the link that's above the comment section in this video. It takes you to a tutorial I recorded. I show you how to use someone's date of birth so you can find out if there's somebody important in your life who might be a life path number 5, 2, or 9 potentially. And these could be people from any other aspect of your life. Potentially for some of you, your significant other is a 5, 2, or 9, or maybe somebody you're attracted to or interested in is a 5, 2, or life path number 9 potentially. Or this person could be from any other important person from any other aspect of your life, maybe family, potentially work. So check it out. Click the link above the comment section of this video, and if you have someone's date of birth, you can use the numerological sequence I give you to get someone's life path number. Now, you do have the Hermit card in your reading in the upright, and some of you guys might be doing your own thing a lot in the month of January 2019. So, the Hermit card is suggestive of moments where you're by yourself. And even if you are around people, maybe some of you guys still are kind of feeling like you're doing your own thing, sort of. Now, for others of you, this has to do with, some of you guys have a concern about being alone, maybe like you're like, I don't want to end up alone, you know what I mean? Some of you guys really might feel that way with where the Hermit card jumped out in this reading. So, I'm not saying all of you guys do feel that way, but maybe that's the reason why, and this doesn't apply to all of you, but maybe that's the reason why some of you guys are holding on to a relationship, because you fear that, maybe if you try to go a different direction, you have kind of a concern like, well, I don't want to end up alone. I think you should just have more trust in your life path, Aries. So, everything's meant to be. Whatever decisions you make are already written in the skies above. And the outcome you have is the Knight of Wands in the upright. That's a great energy. Some of you guys are going to be finishing the month of January 2019 feeling really energetic. Some of you guys are feeling pretty adventurous. Some of you guys are going to want to have more passion when it comes to your love life. And you also have the new moon partial solar eclipse that's going to be happening on January 5th. And that has to do with a new chapter that's coming down the pike in your career. So, once again, this is an eclipse. So, this kind of shapes your destiny. This kind of shapes your fate, Aries. And this is a whole new fresh energy that's coming in regarding your career and the way you're perceived by society. Also, Knight of Wands in the upright is your outcome. If that's not you, Aries, then somehow, potentially, some other important Sagittarius, Leo, or another Aries might play an important role in the outcome of your life for the month of January 2019. I'd say, if you're single, somebody who is a Sagittarius, Leo, or another Aries might be a really good option for you, but that's not definite. But thank you very much for watching this video, Aries. I hope that you've enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to subscribe, share, and like, and I'll see you next time.